Hey folks, Pete Winarski here with the Business Consultant Institute, and I want to show you some concepts and a framework that Terry Levine and I have been talking about. Because what we're trying to do with the Business Consultant Institute is help you as a either business coach or business consultant just rocket your results up with the clients that you're working with. The way that you get bigger and earn more money, frankly, more profit, more revenue as a consulting company or as a consultant is the impact and power that you can deliver to your clients. The problem is most people don't get that very well. So I want to show you that there's three important real phases. There's some strategy work that you've got to do, some marketing work you've got to do, and then some execution you got to do. And you got to do all three of those extremely well. So let's start on the strategy front here. The question you need to answer, and know that your clients are asking this of you, is why you? Why would I bother? Why would I bother hiring you and paying you my money to get you in here to help me with whatever it is the project is? So you've got to be positioning yourself with what makes you unique and different. What is that core unique positioning statement that is all about why you, so that you can communicate the impact that you're going to provide, the power that you're going to deliver when you work with them, so that it's a no-brainer for them to say, I understand why you're the person I need to be talking to. Next strategy point. Aim at the right target. You've got to figure out within all of this world, this big world of hundreds of thousands of potential clients that you could work with, where are you aiming? Is it a geography question? Is it a specialty question? My guess for you is that so far you've probably been really happy to take whoever comes along, right? Never say no to someone who wants your help. Well, the real top-notch best consultants, they know who to say no to and who to say yes to. And because they've done such a great job defining who their target market is, they aim their conversations directly to the right people, to the right companies, to the right demographics, so that there's a conversation that when anything marketing related comes out of their mouths, that target knows, man, they're talking right to me. And that's what you want in your business too. Next, what is it I'm aiming? What's your product or service? Am I aiming an arrow? Am I aiming a rifle? What is it? What is it you're aiming? Is it a type of consulting program that is a done-for-you program that's going to take your time to deliver a product and a result for your client without their involvement? Or is it a done-for-you program? Or done-with-you program? A done-with-you is you're going to help them get a result while elevating their capability. Right? Frankly, that's working yourself out of a job, but it's extremely lucrative because of what it delivers for results. Or is it an advisor program? A lot of business coaches are advisors. Business coaches as an advisor, that's extremely powerful too. You're giving your advice, but then you're stepping out of the way, and hopefully they will implement their strategies correctly. So all of these are options. You've got to decide what's the right model for you. And then, are you going to fish or are you going to whale hunt? What I mean by that, whale hunting, the big monstrous whale, that is your big giant clients with the big 6-7 figure contracts that you get all at one time. Are you hunting for those all of the time in a way that when they come, life is great, but when they end, you don't have another one right there in your pocket, and next thing you know, you're going hungry, right? The fishermen whale hunting still have to fish to eat. I want you to eat. You've got to decide, am I going to go and catch a lot of fish, or am I going to go after the big whale? And how do I do which at the right point in time? So these are strategy questions that you have to answer for your business. And by the way, many people just bounce through these without really thinking about it or doing any analysis or pouring any of the higher level strategies of how to think about their business. When you do think about the business the right way, your results go up higher more quickly. All right, next, marketing conversations. Okay, it's not good enough to know who it is. Help help me, stuck. Not good enough to know who it is you're aiming at, but now, how do you get your name out there so that they're finding you, right? You don't want to work your tail off on just calling people cold calls day after day. Hello, I'd like to work with you, right? That doesn't work very well. How about your phone ringing? Hello, are you an expert in this area? I mean, my biggest story here is when the corporate strategy team at 3M called my office. Hi, are you an expert in strategy execution? Yes, I am. Let's talk. And we started that conversation. They came to me, right? These are big names. You've got to do it this way so that you get your name out there and they find you. You got to find the decision maker. I can't tell you how many hours and hours starting consultants and even mature consultants who have been at it a while, but they're just not maximizing their revenue and profit. They're not talking to the right people in these companies. They're spending an awful lot of time, but it's not turning into the conversation with the person who can take out their pen and sign a contract, right? So that's a big difference. You got to know how to navigate and find the right people to talk to. Next, you have to get a big yes. Okay, not just a, okay, maybe we'll do that someday, but how do you convert all of this dialogue into a conversation that you nail it and turn it into a big fat yes, and that yes is the contract that gets you in the door and starts you working. Because once you're in, you can demonstrate your power. We talk about in our company, let's get in and let's do great work, and that will lead to the next thing. Well, that's the same thing here. Get that big yes. Get a yes. Get a yes. And there's lots of ways that you can screw that up, frankly, if you don't do it right. So we want to make sure you're using the right strategies to get the yes along the way. Know the best language. Now, this is an interesting thing because a lot of people screw up the yes because they're not using the right language. They screw up not finding the right person to talk to because they don't know the right language to use. And even in getting your name out there, right? All of these things over here from a strategy side, you need to define the right language to use in these conversations. Because then they're going to say, I understand who you are, and I need to work with you, and yes, let's get started right now. Okay, so languaging things is very, very important. There are a big long list of do's and a big long list of don'ts. I challenge you, which side are you on right now? Okay, execution. Let's keep moving quick. Now you've got the project, you've got to deliver the results. First off, you got to make sure you're solving the right problem. A lot of times, a client conversation will say, hey, I need you to help me with this project. And you get in there and you realize, I could knock the ball out on that project, and yet the company's financials won't change, their revenue won't change, their profitability won't change, their cost structure is the same. Fundamentally, that's what it's all about, somewhere in that realm. Or it might be, the problem that they're talking about, you realize, man, we can nail that, and yet they still aren't going to get any impact because they have all of these people and organizational issues. Their culture's a mess, right? So you got to fix something else. You got to solve the right problem. Sometimes it's not one problem. Sometimes it is a 7-headed beast, and you have to slay each one of those beast heads in order to get it right to have the impact. But it's important to know that and then communicate that so that the customer, the client, the person who's got these struggles and challenges as a business, they know and they build trust in your opinion and your strategies and in your advice. All right, next, execution. Create impact. Beyond anything else, you've got to do great work. When you do great work, good things continue to happen, right? So continue to work. You work your butt off. You do what it takes to deliver results for the client. They need to see a super return on their investment. They're paying you some fees. Maybe it's a day rate, maybe it's a % of what you delivered for results, but however it is that you've negotiated the deal, you've got to deliver solid impact that makes them say, man, that was a bargain. So let's keep that going in mind. Now, growing your reputation as you continue to build solid results behind you with client after client after client. You want to build on that. The testimonials, the referrals. How do you get these to grow your business as more people get to know who you are? And then, bigger than anything you can think of here is creating a movement. It's not just about that one problem you're solving, but what's bigger? Think of your purpose and your vision and your mission in the first place. Is it bigger than just trying to go out and create some revenue? I mean, what Terry and I are trying to do with the Business Consultant Institute is help folks like you to really rocket your businesses, but it's more than that. What we want to do is we want to create this environment where people with high integrity and high values are able to solidly go in, do all of this extremely well to help the companies out there become more competitive. Companies out there in the world do not have everything that they require to be successful on their staff right now. It's just part of the reality. They need to sometimes get external help. And when they do, they want to get help that is someone who is going to tell it like it is, help them get results very, very quickly at a huge ROI for what they're delivering. But they also want to work with someone who's got tremendous integrity. They trust, they like, they know, because they trust and like them, that they're going to deliver the work that needs to get done. There's too many consultants out there who don't do that well. We know some folks who fall down in all of these areas. They struggle in every single one of these boxes. And then when they finally get there, maybe it's all about the consultant and it's not about the client. And my goodness, stop. I mean, you folks out there, if that's you, stop, because you're hurting the entire relationship that all of us have. All of us in this consulting, this business consultant industry, we have a responsibility to hold each other accountable to a higher bar. We want you to be at that higher bar, not because we're beating you up, but because we're inspiring you to perform at a higher level. When you perform at the highest level of service, that's where the best results happen, and that's where you can maximize your results. Your results for your client and your results for your business through higher revenues and higher profitability. There it is. So let us help you to do this. BusinessConsultantInstitute.com is our webpage. We have an event called Business Consultant Event. I just want to briefly tell you about it. We are going to teach strategies on all of these areas, all of them, to help you elevate your game and know that you're talking to the right people in the right way, with the right language, and you're getting your name out there. And your marketing discussions that you have are yielding you new clients over and over and over. And then when you get into the actual engagement, you're knocking it out of the park. Knocking it out. That's what we want to have. These strategies will blow you away. We're going to work them in the room with you and get you rolling on them. And here's the other thing. Getting your name out there. This is a big deal. People are stuck. They don't have the credibility yet. They don't know how to get their name out. So we've got another piece of this event that's really cool. At the event, the participants of the event, we are filming a movie, a documentary about all-star consultants. So you can imagine if you are in the event and you go have your interview and then that movie gets out and you're able to share with a client and say, hey, I was part of this documentary movie about all-star consultants. Here's the YouTube link for my video clip. I mean, imagine that power, right? Instant credibility and instant reach because of all the media outlets, over 100 media outlets that we're getting this movie out to. This is really super cool. So the strategies, all of them in and of themselves, big impact for you, big ROI to you coming to the event. And then the movie is going to give you some huge lift, especially in the long term, from a credibility and exposure standpoint. So man, this is a huge, awesome package. BusinessConsultantEvent.com. That is crazy, we know, but we want you there.